Hey y'all, so I'm finally done with the game room. And I turned it from this into this. Finally, we're pretty much done. So let's check it out. Okay, let's just start from the top of the cubes and we'll work our way down here. We got the Super Nintendo Super Scope, little Cartman from South Park The Stick of Truth, Devil Summoner Persona 5 Collector's Edition. That's a Joker that came with Batman Arkham Origins. We got the Teddy punching bag back there. Catherine Collector's Edition. Atlas just makes the best collector's editions. And of course you have to have the CDI version of Mad Dog McCree. I mean, you gotta have it. Look at that thing. That is hilarious, right? I mean, that box is huge. But yeah, that punching bag Teddy, that came from the Persona fighting game. Next row, we got the Top Loader NES, which I know is worth more, but as I'll show you later, I actually wish I had the old school rectangle NES, to be honest. But yeah, and Super Mario, which one of my favorites. We got more NES games, Ninja Gaiden, Turtles Arcade, and some random Shredder action figure with his shirt off that I found in the boxes when I was going through this stuff. Got the Sega CDX, plays the CDs also, with some Splatterhouse, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, Sonic back there, the classics. There's Snatcher, one of the holy grails that I got. Luckily, I was able to snatch that before the prices skyrocketed. I got that for, I don't know, less than 50 bucks, I think. And of course, Slam City with Scottie Pippen. And there's the Game Boys, the OG, the Advance, the DS, with some a decent number of boxed games that I got back in the day. Most of those I don't even know if I got to playing. Some Super Nintendo, Super Metroid, and that Metroid figure I was looking for forever. You could only get it at the World of Nintendo in New York, I think, and the prices were way too high online. I finally got it for pretty cheap, but it took a while. Super Game Boy and Zelda Link to the Past. Maybe my favorite Super Nintendo game. PS1. Got my 3 Resident Evils up there. Huge fan of Resident Evil. Be seeing that in some of the other cubes that are coming up here. But yeah, love the survival horror games on the PS1. A couple long boxes. Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Not such a classic. Psychic Detective. I don't even know where I got that from. You don't see that game very much anymore. PS1 RPGs. I think pretty much everybody that collects has those 2 Lunar games, right? Like, I always see those in everybody else's collection. So they're nice to have, but they're not exactly rare. And 2 of my favorites up there, Kudelka and Valkyrie Profile. And we got the little Lara Croft figure. Then the Sega Dreamcast, which, I'll be honest, I have barely any games for, because I didn't even pick one up until the very end when they were like $99. But I did pick up Illbleed, which is another horror type game. I still haven't played it yet. One of these days. PS2. Rule of Rose. I don't even know why I put it in the stand there. I guess just because it's, you know, worth so much, even though I picked it up at GameStop for like 20 bucks back in the day. And it is terrible. And the fat PS2 with God of War. One of the best games. PS2 might actually be my favorite system. I don't know. GameCube games. I would have my GameCube, would have an actual GameCube in here, but weirdly enough, mine fried with a lightning strike. I still do have the Game Boy player with the boot disc though. So I just use the Wii now to play GameCube games. Well, we got the 2 Resident Evils for that. The N64 here, which I know a lot of millennials look back and that's their favorite retro system, but kind of like the Dreamcast, I got mine back when it was $99 and that's all the games that I have for it. I just basically got it and then bought the classics and then, you know, put them in a box. And what do you know, like 20 years later, all of a sudden I get them out and it's like, whoa, these things are actually worth something. Xbox and Wii, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, only on Xbox. Okay. Ju-On the Grudge. The Wii has some exclusive horror games for it. They're okay. And then the Xbox. Oh, the Xbox. Of course that thing doesn't work right there. Neither does the other one that I had. So I'm going to have to get another one of those. And there's the PS4. I was going to put the Wii there. But I'm going to be playing a lot of Wii games and GameCube on stream or capturing them. So I figured I'll just use that cube and put my PS4 games in it. The Fat Boy PS3. My lord, that thing is enormous. And it's heavy. That's the version that came with bundled with Metal Gear Solid 4. That's the last version that has PS2 backwards compatibility. So that's pretty cool. And mine hasn't yet Yellow Light of Death. So Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the best game for PS3, obviously. The bottom row, I decided to put all my gaming like magazines and books and guides to kind of weigh down the cubes, make sure this thing doesn't fall over. So we got the Nintendo Power, like around the first 60 of those, pretty good condition. The Nintendo guides, which were always pretty sweet back then. Zelda, Metroid. Some games back in the day, they even came with their own strategy guides like Dragon Warrior, Phantasy Star, Final Fantasy. Got the Metal Gear there, Resident Evil, Clock Tower. Yeah. So I think these cubes should be fairly weighed down. You know, even though I do still have those safety hooks in the back, just in case. Now time for my favorite part of the room, which is the light gun corner. Luckily, somebody was giving away that CRT Sanyo that I got there on Facebook, so I snatched that up, and it works perfectly. The alignment is just a tad off, but that's okay. And look how perfectly it just fits on the top of that cabinet, which I got really cheap at Office Depot. So that worked out great. There we have Time Crisis 3. One of the best light gun games, if not the best, in my opinion. This is the PlayStation 2 version. Let's see all the light gun games we got down here. We got the Super Scope games and the NES Zapper with that Hogan's Alley score pad that I'd been looking for forever. You had to mail off for it way back through the Nintendo Fun Club. And we got PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Got some Japanese exclusive PS1 light gun games like Resident Evil Survivor, which uses the light gun, the gun con, in the Japanese version, but they took that out for over here. Yeah, the Wii, they had a lot of light gun games. And the PS3 with the Move, which works really well. I wish there was some more light gun games for the PS3. And there we have all our guns. Zapper, GunCon 1 and 2. The Justifier, which works for a few games on the PS1. The Dreamcast, the Move. There's the splitters, so I can have it go into the TV and my capture card. And another fan. Can't have too many fans. The Workstation, where hopefully I'll be putting out a lot more videos here very shortly. It's pretty clean for now. We'll see if I can keep it that way. I decided to go ahead and buy some soundproofing. It's only 9 of them there, but you can definitely tell a little bit of a difference with just those. I could have used more, but that seems to be okay. There's still a tiny bit of an echo. Got Sony Vegas running on the PC there. What I use to make the videos. I'm slowly but surely getting the hang of it. Pretty good program. There's the PC. It's not a beast, but it's not too shabby either. You gotta have some external hard drives to store all this stuff. A USB hub. A little second monitor, my webcam for streaming on Twitch. And since it's retro, you gotta have the lava lamp, right? You just have to. There's the mixer. The Rodecaster Pro. I'm still learning the ropes on that. And this cabinet just has wires, controllers, memory cards, you name it. Hey, there's Resident Evil 3. Headphones, mics, all that. And under it, oh, there's all the fitness equipment. Can't wait to bust all that out, right? Maybe we'll actually lose some weight here. And here's the corner where I have all my consoles hooked up to the HD TV. One of those Gamer Z techs that does NES and Super NES in HD. It's supposed to also do composite for light gun games, and that didn't work. Well, I need the OG NES now. PS2, 360, PS4, Wii. I also put my PS3 there when it's not in the cube. But those are the ones I use the most. Also have a Japanese PS2 down there for the few exclusives like the light gun games. The TV's on rollers there, which comes in handy because I'm also going to be using the Kinect and the PS3 camera. Hopefully I'll get PlayStation VR pretty soon. I can have that hooked up, and that'll be hilarious. And the worst part, I hate wires, but it's a necessary evil. There's my Retro Tink. That's a great way to convert all your old systems that just use like component or composite or S-video. It converts them all to HDMI. Makes it way more convenient to capture. And there's just more splitters, surge protector, the modem. And it's pretty much a mess. Luckily, it's easy to get back there though, so I can hook up other systems. I switched the HDMI with all the systems that use it, so I only have one HDMI cable. But it works out pretty nice so far. On the other side of the room here is where I got my green screen. Nothing much to say about that. And we got another fan, because like I said, you can't have enough fans, especially if you're a big guy. I really need to get a steamer for that too. And finally, I gotta show off what everything looks like with the overhead light off and just my lava lamp and the LEDs going. I think it looks pretty darn cool. We got some cheap little LED bulbs there in the light gun corner. They light up pretty good. And I put it all around the cubes. I tried putting them in the back like most people do, but you could barely see them, so I decided to just run it around the front of them, and I think it looks pretty cool. And that is how you cram an entire game collection, green screen, studio, stream setup, capture setup into a 12 by 12 area. I don't want to put much more in here because I don't think it seems cluttered yet, and I want to keep it that way. The only thing is, you know, maybe the space next to the lava lamp, if I ever get a VR, that would be nice. But I think we're done. Alright guys, so that's it. The room is 99.9% done for now. All I gotta do is figure out what to put on these walls here. I'm not much of a poster guy, and I gotta get one of those original NES's so I can play the gun games. And I gotta find an original Xbox, because those things are just garbage. But other than that, wow, it took forever. But I'm finally done. Now I can actually focus on what I want to do. And that's making videos, doing more streams, all kinds of different stuff. I'm ready to go. Got the green screen, got the capture set up, got all the games. So now all we gotta do is play through them all, right? So until then, look for many more videos. I'll see you next year. Peace!